Tessa from Mama's Geeky here. Thank you so much for stopping by my YouTube channel. Thank you for taking the time. Super appreciate it. Love what I saw of the 4 episodes that we got. I'm dying for more. But I gotta know I guess we'll start off with an easy-ish one. What drew you to Arcane to want to be a part of this?
For me, it was the character. I didn't know much about League of Legends before. I hadn't ever played it, which I think is a good testimony for the show itself. That like even without all of that stuff, like the show itself is wicked and the characters are so well written. And I was just really excited for the opportunity to play something I've never done before and like a completely different experience with this like crazy out there character. And I've never done voiceover before, and I wanted to get into that.
Well, listen, great job. And I will say, so your character's kind of like a fan favorite character. So did you feel any pressure like taking on that role?
Yeah, I definitely did. There's always pressure when you come into something that is so well known and loved by so many different people. And of course, you know, everybody's gonna have their own ideas of what it sounds like and looks like and just, you know, everything, because that's what happens when you love a character and you become attached to it. Like I remember when my dad used to read me Harry Potter when I was a kid. I got so mad when I watched the movie. I mean, I was like 6, but I got so mad when I watched the movies. I was like, it's not how I imagined any of them to look. I was like, you did it wrong. You did the movie wrong. And now, you know, I love it. But yeah, no, there's definitely pressure, especially with a character like Jinx. I just think what is important to remember and super helpful for people that are like, you know, diehard fans is it's made by the same people. This is, you know, the Alex and Christian who guided us, you know, in making, well, who made the show, but guided us in voicing these characters. They were there years ago at Riot when they were just, you know, building this whole world from the ground up. You know, they birthed these characters. And so, yeah, it's just building up from that.
Yeah, I mean, I completely relate to what you're saying because I know you'll read stuff like, and then you see it in there and there's like different pronunciations and you're like, that's not how it's said, but it's, you know, you just get this full on commitment into something. And I know Jinx is definitely a well-loved character, but how would you describe her just from Arcane purposes?
Yeah. Well, listen, she is clearly very mentally unwell. That is a non-negotiable. She's crazy, but she has depth and layers and she's complex and she is spontaneous. She is creative. She's a scientist. She likes to make things. She is childish in many, many, many ways. And maybe, you know, like a touch of the ADHD. She's very up and down. You know, she's so fast, so deeply intelligent. But she also has this like huge hole inside her where she feels so deeply, you know, the abandonment of her sister, the guilt for causing the death of her friends, the guilt of causing the death of her father, the death of her mother. She's gone through so much trauma and seen things that no child should see. That is the backstory that I'm interested in portraying throughout this season. You know, she's constantly, she still has powder. She's powder and she's Jinx. And those two voices and personalities are like constantly battling over, you know, is she going to be good? Is she going to be bad? Is she going to blah, blah, blah. And I think it's actually tragic. And I think that people might even perhaps feel empathy for a character that they perhaps never really considered that for before.
Yeah, I think seeing her as Powder at the beginning helps you feel for her when you see her as Jinx. You know what I mean? You're like, oh, I like totally get where she's coming from. And like, I feel really bad for it. I just want to give her a hug. So you've done so good in this. I think she's probably one of my favorite characters, honestly, in the series, just because I feel like her arc, I've only seen the 4 episodes, but I feel like it's just going to get even better and better throughout the rest of the season.
You are in for a surprise. This season gets wild.
Oh, I'm so excited. I can't wait to get the rest of it. I'm like, how did you guys only give us 4 episodes? Like, you can give us the rest. We can be trusted. So I'm curious if you relate to Jinx at all. Is there any personality traits you guys share?
Heaps. I mean, I'm less of like a sociopath terrorist than she is, I think. I like to think. I mean, depends on like what day you catch me, but you know. But we both have heaps of energy. And these are the little things that I think like I helped bring to the character that I think really worked, and that is like, again, like padding her out so she's not just violent, you know, she's not just crazy. Is like she has this really childish side, and I have that, like what's the word I'm looking for, like I don't know, just like it's like it's not innocence, but there's another word that I'm missing, which is like I don't know. Anyways, yeah, we do share some similar qualities, like definitely the spontaneity, the like very easily distracted, the ADHD, you know, all of that stuff, very playful stuff. I'm very playful about serious situations. I struggle to remain serious in them. I have to, you know, break the ice. I think she would probably share that trait. That's a few things.
So when you guys recorded this, I know it's been in progress for a while now. So did you have any challenges that you had to deal with? Like, especially did the pandemic kind of set things back in voice recording wise?
You know, I sort of don't remember life pre-COVID, so I always struggle to answer these questions. But I don't think so. I never recorded with any of the other actors in the booth.
Oh, not at all?
No, because I think partly because COVID, but I think pre-COVID it was because we were just all from different parts of the world. Everyone was just so busy. I mean, Haley's Haley, and everyone else is probably in different countries. And that's something I love about the show, is like, you know, this variety of accents and people that we have. So I don't really think anything changed, apart from I didn't get to see like Alex and Christian and like the whole gang in person anymore. It was all like over Zoom.
Yeah.
But nothing ever really, you're still in a box alone. So
that's true. So what do you hope that maybe fans, but also new fans, take away from Jinx, from your character?
Okay, I've got a good one. Well, my first instinct was like, don't blow people up, but that's not a good one, I would hope. I would also say it's something about like, now obviously not to the extreme of Jinx, but feel your feelings, learn how to express them, because otherwise they come out sideways. Now that doesn't mean that you're gonna turn into Jinx, but you might if you don't feel your feelings.
I feel like that's good. That's a good lesson. So hopefully people will learn to not blow people up, and, you know, that would it would make the world a better place now, wouldn't it?
Wouldn't it?
Yes. Well, thank you so much for taking the time today. I appreciate it. And I can't wait for people to see this show.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Me too. Let's get it out.
I know. I can't wait to see the rest of it.
Yeah, me too, actually. I'm halfway through right now.
Thank you so much to all of my monetary supporters, my members here on YouTube, as well as my patrons. If you haven't joined yet, please consider doing so. We have some really awesome perks, including a monthly Zoom meeting where we get to talk face to face. Thank you again to everyone who supports me.